Okay, so today we're making brownies. These are gonna be the best brownies. Oh my gosh. Okay, these are gonna be the best brownies you will ever have. Of course, they're plant-based, they're vegan. They have like a fudgy crinkle top. They are so moist and delicious and like pull apart. All the good things. Again, I have my little chicken scratch, so don't mind me. We're gonna start with, this is a half cup of coffee, and I'm gonna add 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed. And ground flaxseed is really like high in fiber. It, can help aid in, truthfully, a lot of different things, but like it improved gut health, improved heart health. It can aid in, weight management because being high in fiber usually helps keep you full for longer. So, a lot of good benefits to having flaxseed. And so basically you mix 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed with a half cup of coffee. This recipe, it's my go-to recipe, and there's like a bunch of different variations in it. So you could do like 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed with water instead of coffee, but I'm telling you, using coffee is so much better than using this water. You could also replace all of that and just use applesauce instead. But the flavor that the coffee and the ground flaxseed gives the brownies is go with the coffee. Okay, so we're gonna just let that kind of sit for a little bit. It thickens up as it sits. So 2 tablespoons of ground flaxseed and a half cup of coffee, and then we're going to mix a half cup of brown sugar with 3/4 cup of granulated sugar. This is cane sugar. Cane sugar is pretty much my sugar go-to. Sometimes I use coconut sugar, especially. Usually in like more of my gluten-free recipes, I'm using coconut sugar, but that's besides the point. Half a cup of brown sugar and a 3/4 cup of whatever granulated sugar you want to use. Like I said, I use cane. Mix that up until it's, just evenly mixed. Fun fact, maybe this is like common knowledge, but it wasn't for me, until I really started cooking and learning more about food. But brown sugar is just white sugar with molasses. And so like sometimes you find light brown sugar, sometimes you find dark brown sugar. I usually go for the dark brown sugar because it has a little bit more of a robust flavor. But the only difference there is how much molasses is in it. If you have light brown sugar, it's usually like 3 to 5% molasses. And if you have dark brown sugar, it's more like 6 to 10%. Though that doesn't matter. It's just basically just a little fact. Okay, so once that sugar is mixed together, just some mixed sugar, I add 1/3 cup of soy milk. We love soy milk in this house. And you could add instead, you could use aquafaba. That's one of the options in this recipe. Aquafaba is, like if you open a can of chickpeas, there's the watery liquid. That's aquafaba. And you can use it in a lot of plant-based vegan recipes. Quite frankly, I think it smells funny. And I don't usually go to using that, especially if it's in like some really sweet or savory, delicious item. Then I'm going to stick with something else like this. But so you could let this sit for a little longer or not, like whatever. I'm going to mix it in. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So now, we can just add our vanilla extract here. 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. Throw that on in. And I'm pretty sure this recipe, I really just make it based on this list of ingredients that I have. There's a lot of variations in the recipe, and I think you, like, maybe it even says to like mix certain things later. I don't know. This is how I do it. And every time it's perfection. I'm not changing it. Okay. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Let's throw that on in there. That's what's next. And then now we're basically going to be making a chocolate fudge. So we are going to take your mug. It says Queen of Everything. Someone I used to work with gave this to me. I love it because it's just like a gigantic mug, especially if I'm melting something like a full stick of butter and a bunch of chocolate chips. It's perfect. And this is the butter we made earlier in the week. It's 4 sticks of butter. And it's been sitting out for a little bit, so I just literally push up the bottom. And this calls for one full stick. That's right there. This is the other bit of it. Right there. Some beautiful plant-based, homemade plant-based butter. Just delicious, beautiful, beautiful stuff. Okay, let's set this over here. And then we're gonna mix this with 6 ounces of plant-based vegan chocolate. So I use my little scale. Gonna change it. It's always on grams because I'm always cooking in grams because I'm always making bread and things like that. And then add 6 ounces of chocolate, vegan chocolate chips. Honestly, I don't even know what 6 ounces, like how much that equates to like cups. Looks like maybe half to a cup, something like that. So I'm gonna go melt this probably in the end for about a minute, but I'll start with 30 seconds because you just don't want it to burn. If you just put it in, it easily burns, but 30 seconds, mix it a little bit, 30 more seconds-ish, mix it, and that should be all melted. Butter, chocolate, and once that's melted, we are going to add our Dutch processed cocoa powder. Be right back. Okay, so this is pretty melted. I'm gonna stir it in a second. Still stirring what we have, our little mixture over here, making sure all the sugar doesn't go to the bottom. I think the recipe actually says like stir it until the sugar's dissolved. Again, I don't know. I do it my way. So this chocolate and butter is melted. And then to make this into this beautiful vegan chocolate fudge, it's the butter, the chocolate chips, and then you add a 1/2 cup of the Dutch processed cocoa powder. Whoa, I say it didn't want to come out of there. Okay, so Dutch processed cocoa powder, you could, I think the first time I made this, I used 100% cacao, which the Dutch processed cocoa powder has a much like smoother taste, and it's just less acidic. So if you're looking to like use quite a bit of like a chocolatey powder in a recipe, going to a Dutch processed powder is definitely going to be a little bit better, little bit more palatable and enjoyable by your constituents. Just kidding. By whoever's eating your food. Okay, so this makes this really like beautiful, thick chocolate fudge. Stunning, stunning. I'm sitting here looking at this ground flaxseed that I'm like, wait, did I not put it in? No, I did. I just clearly had it measured out, and then I must have taken it from the bag. That's what I did. Well, try to prep in advance and don't even do it. Okay, so we're gonna just put that back in. That was unused. No wasting here. Okay. See ya. Okay, so now we have our beautiful, beautiful chocolate fudge. We're gonna add this in to your flaxseed, coffee, sugar, salt, vanilla extract mix. Make sure you get all of it out. No wasting. This is the good stuff. No, really, this is like really where the, that really, really rich chocolatey flavor comes in. All right here. But also, actually, the Dutch processed cocoa powder is part of what gives it this beautiful, like, fudgy crinkle top. You don't want to miss out on that. You don't want to miss out on that. Okay. I've been telling my husband that I don't crave any other sweet dessert anymore, because when I crave something that's a dessert, it's just this. Like, I feel like sometimes I'm like, I want a sweet, like, fruity thing. If I want something sweet, I will never not want these brownies. They're that good. You should make them. Don't regret it. I put the recipe, ingredients, all that jazz down in the description. So make it. Make it, make it, make it. Okay, let me flip the camera around for a second so you guys can see what we're working with over here. Okay, so this is kind of, I mean, the texture really doesn't matter right now, but this is what it looks like after I've added in my chocolate fudge mix in here. And then we're gonna add 1 2/3 cup of, I use organic all-purpose flour. And we're gonna mix this on up. And this is gonna turn into just a really, really beautiful batter. So what's up, guys? I'm like, I feel like I should be talking about something like about my life, or I don't know. Right now I'm blank. I've been meditating a lot lately. I've actually been doing some guided meditations with a former, like, practicing monk. He worked in a what is it? Monastery? I don't know. Am I saying the right words? I've been doing some guided meditation, and it's been truly, truly, truly profound. Also been getting into learning more about my astrological chart. It's been fascinating. It's like, who knew that? I mean, a lot of people and me. That, like, the stars, they tell your story. They tell the story of your life. It's a beautiful thing, this world, this planet, this universe, these worlds, these planets, these universes. Okay. This is now looking like some batter. Okay. Let's add in the last thing. Let's make sure we have everything. Let's just make sure. 2 tablespoons ground flaxseed, 1/2 cup of coffee, 3/4 cup of sugar, 1/2 cup of brown sugar, 1/3 cup of soy milk, 1 teaspoon vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon salt, 1/2 cup of butter, 6 ounces of vegan semi-sweet chocolate chips, 1/2 cup of the Dutch processed cocoa powder, 1 2/3 cup all-purpose flour, and 1/2 cup of vegan chocolate chips, which we are adding right now. These vegan chocolate chips, I don't know if I have I always empty things when I get home into my bins at home. So I was going to show you guys the packaging. If I can find it, I'll show you. But otherwise, we're just mixing in these chocolate chips. And we're going to pour it into, you'll see. Okay, so now we're just stirring in these chocolate chips. I Probably could be using something better than just a spoon that you eat with, but you know, whatever. Beautiful. Those like, oh, that gets so melty. It's gonna be so good. Next we're gonna pour everything in. Oh, here's a little trick. See how the parchment won't stay down? If you just get like a little bit of water, put a little water in the bottom. Probably could have done a little more than that. Then it'll stick. Nice little trick. See? Stays in. It's loud. Okay. Now we're gonna just pour this in again. I need to use something a little bit better. Okay. I feel like as a kid, one of your favorite parts, or at least mine, because Lord knows this girl likes to eat. One of my favorite things as a kid was to lick off, you know, all the brownie batter in the bowl when your parent is done mixing the brownies. Sometimes it was like licking the bowl was like better than the brownies, just the batter. The difference with this batter is there's no eggs, no animal products. I say that knowing that a lot of people who are probably going to be watching this are not plant-based. But my goal and my hope, I should be really having this facing you guys so you guys can see, but I feel like I already did it. You know, the goal and the hope is to always try to encourage people to just live a healthier life, to be better to themselves, their body, this planet. What does RuPaul say? If you can't love yourself, how the hell are you gonna love anybody else? Truly. Love yourself. Learn to, at least if you don't. And so much other beauty is to come. It sounds so cliche, but like, I can't tell you how terribly I talked to myself for so many years, especially when I wasn't, brownies on me already, of course. Especially, you know, when I was very overweight and just like, you know, when you're sick in your body, you're sick in your head, or the opposite. You know, if you're sick in your head, you become sick in your body in so many ways. It's just like they're so closely linked, and it's so easy for us as humans and with our egos and things to just get caught up and get lost. And it's just important to remember that, like, you need to love yourself, give yourself love, take care of yourself. And when I say that, I mean, like, do things that are going to make you feel good, like, in the long run. I don't mean, like, go get the cheeseburger from McDonald's. I'm talking about, like, long-term goals here. Because if you're going to be making, you know, little choices every single day that align with the person you're trying to become, then you're going to become that person. But if you're, you know, I want to be this person and I want to be like that, but then every day you're making little choices that aren't in line with that, like, obviously this is all so self-explanatory, but I don't know, being aware, having like awareness of your actions and what you're doing makes such a huge impact. And I feel like for so much of my life, I'll just speak from my point of view, for so much of my life, I'm just like going through the motions. You think things are like happening to you versus like knowing that you're playing an active role in your life and your viewpoint and like your gratitude, and like these things truly have power. So believe it. Like, you can change your life. If you're not happy with where you're at, start making changes to be the person you want to be. And if you are happy with where you're at, then just keep spreading love and spreading joy and spreading kindness, because that's what this like world is all about. We've gotten so far away from it. And listen to me on my soapbox. Done talking about brownies. So I'm just gonna put these in the oven. I'll turn this around so you guys can see. We'll put these in at 350 for 28 to 30 minutes. And I'm telling you, like, do not cook them more than that. Like, you want them fudgy and just soft and melty. So like if you stick a little toothpick in at the end and there's like a little bit of stuff on it, don't worry about it. 28 to 30 minutes, then let them cool. Also, like, I didn't even realize that you don't have to use parchment paper. Like, you could just butter or grease your dish and call it a day. The only reason I use the parchment paper half the time is because, like, honestly, I guess it's kind of lazy, which is a really bad excuse. I like to, like, pull out when they're done, pull them out and let them cool. And when I do that, then I can just, like, really easily cut them. So it's not a lazy thing, just talking myself down. No, I'm being strategic. I pull them out, and it's just so much easier to cut than, like, cutting in this like awkward angle on this dish. So, you know, to each their own. Butter your dish, grease your dish, use parchment, whatever you want. Okay, party people, here we go. This is the view. Beautiful babies. Let's put them in. Here we go. Ooh, and that's a rush of warm air on my tummy. See you soon, little babies. Watch how everyone flocks. I never know where to look. Watch how everyone flocks as soon as I start cutting brownies. You're a ghost? Boo! You're so cute. You're a cute ghost. What is that? That looks like what you're using to pretend to be a ghost. Boo! What's a ghost say? Boo! Boo! Alright, they've been sitting cooling for like maybe 40 minutes. Wow. So then I just take them out like that. Look how clean the pan is. Yeah, that's Danny Go. Sure is Danny Go.
It's not Danny Go.
It's not Danny Go? It's not? Oh, I'm sorry. It'll get better soon, baby.
It's not Danny Go.
That's Danny Go.
Danny Go.
We're filming Brownies. Come here.
What? It's fun.
Come here.
I'm gonna jump.
You want to jump? Jump.
Yeah.
Good job, Ollie. You're so cute, my baby.
No.
You're silly. Okay, one of the key things is to have a long knife. I don't like having a knife by a child. Having a long knife so you can make really clean cuts.
Yeah.
Really clean cuts, right? Oh, stunning.
Yeah.
Yeah, stunning. Oh my gosh, the brownies are coming, you guys. Of course, I say to just do a clean slice and then I just drag it, but you know.
Who'd you say do a clean slice to?
I said it in the last shot.
Oh.
Brownie, please.
Everybody getting licks?
Brownie, please. I need brownies.
Yeah, we're gonna have one.
What do you think about that taste, Lee?
Gonna.
Okay, so there you can see. You want the hugest one?
Yeah.
Like you can cook them a little longer, and the longer they sit, like this looks like it's not cooked, but it is. It's just like melty. Like put it in here.
I mean, it's that question: are you cakey,
No, like,
chewy,
look.
melty? What's your favorite kind of brownie?
perfection. It's perfection.
That's my favorite kind of brownie.
Especially if you want to put this like over ice cream. Oh, perfection. Okay, so this is like the crinkle top, fudgy, beautiful,
Maybe a little warm.
beautiful, just fudgy, melty, stunning.
Give me some.
Stunning, brown cow, stunning.
That's my brownie.
toothbrush. Heaven. Heaven.
When you wake up tired.